Hello, OM Saiden. Hello, Tushar, Myron. How are you? Yeah, so today I'm trying to do something different. I want to recreate something from maxhayart. If you don't know who this is an Instagram artist who uses a Blender to create his art, and he has some of the best looking art pieces. Hello, Peter Stamp. Hello, Metal Video Gamer. How are you guys? Your pronounce was epic for me. Okay, so yeah, so let's look at his art and see what we can recreate. So I saw this piece and I think it's what we're going to recreate. Let me drop it into Blender and see. But before we get into that, let me just play for you a quick promo. Yeah, so I've created let me first. I created a new pack. Let me just. What are we creating today? So today we are going to be recreating some of maxhayart's art. I don't know if you know who he is. Yeah, so this is an activist. A city park I've just created. I've just released on CG Trader, and you can see the link. I've already posted it there. If you want to check it out, you can check it out. So I've been getting a lot of requests for this park, so I've managed to create it, and it's up on my CG Trader account. If you want to get it, hey, let me show you this demo because it shows the models better, I think. And just mute the audio. Yeah, so these are some of the buildings in that park. So if you want to get it, you can get it. The link is the one that is pinned in the chat. So if you want to get it, you can get it. But these are some of the buildings in that city park. You can also, if you're a Patreon of tier $25, you can also just get the park there. I've already added it there. So hey there, hello Blender, something name that I can't read. Anyway, so let's get into what we are creating today. So I want us to make some maxhayart's art. This is a Blender Instagram artist, and you can see some of his work. Let me also link his page here. Hello, Adiat Jenna, how are you doing? Yeah, so let's try recreating this, and if we have time, we can also recreate some other things. It means Reg Blender in Russia. Nice. God, how do you even read that? Because it's an alphabet I can't comprehend. Yeah, hello, Pro Noob, how are you doing? So let's open up Blender and just have this. Maybe let me just have this on the side. So that anyone who comes in, they can know what we are doing. I am good. How are you? I'm great. Yeah, so let's start by making this tunnel. Yeah, so I think the best way to learn is by imitating good artists or great artists. And yeah, so I think if we do something, yes. So find yourself a good artist you can copy. Maybe not copy, but get inspiration from, and you can. Yeah, I'm making 30 years next year, I think. I'm very good at keeping track of my age, but I was born 1992. Okay, so we have this. Let's set up the lighting and things like that. Just hide this. Go to my wall. Let me just make sure this is dark. Can go here and add a light. Let's use an area light, but a type of a disc. I'll rotate it 90 degrees. Let me bring the energy quite high, and let's make the disc the size, almost the size of let's see, maybe something like that. turn on ambient occlusion, turn on bloom, turn on screen space reflections. So let's get to the texturing. I'm going to use my texture folders, and I think I have a walls folder. So this is, I think, what is new in Blender 3.0. I haven't really kept up with any updates, Blender updates. I've been busy making live streams. But you can watch, Ask NK always has some, he's always on that. I don't know how fast he is, but he makes his videos very fast. So yeah, if there are any updates, Ask NK is the best guy to his channel always knows. So let's play with the focal length here, 25, and I think it already looks amazing. What's up? One-on-one hardest work in man on YouTube channel, and 2 hours you will get a friend's piece. Thank you. How much take money, Amodo? How much take money? Has Oz? Yeah. Sorry, I can't. I don't understand what you're asking. So let's create a texture. This, I think this is a rusted metal surface. So I'm going to go to. I think I have some metals. Do I? Why? Let me see if I have a metals folder. Do I have in metals? Seems not. So what I'm going to do is just let me look into my walls, see if there is any rust. Okay, I have this. I can create a PBR material out of this. I use object mapping. Just don't dump a market. I'm not sure what that means, man. Anyway, so let's continue here. Let me first turn off the screen space reflections. So this is what we have. Let me also look for another type of rust if I have any. I think this is also nice. Can import it as an image. And let me find another rust or metallic surface. Something like, I think this will also be great. Okay. Can use object mapping again. Box like that. Then I think I can also have this utilize the same thing, box mapping, and then blend the two like that. Hello Enrico Prav. By the way, is maxhayart using Blender or Cinema 4D? He's using Blender. You can see in his hashtags Blender Render, Blender 3D, Awesome Surreal. Yeah, he's using Blender, so there are no excuses now. Yeah, he's just that good. What I do get when I buy your Patreon, because I want to learn a lot about scene building and stuff like that, but I also want to build and make my own assets because I want to learn it myself. Yeah, so what you get from my Patreons, it depends on the tier you're getting, but if you subscribe to the $25 tier, you will get all my add-ons and also get my models. So for example, this asset pack, let me see if I can get it. This asset pack here, instead of buying it on CG Trader, you can just get it directly on my Patreon page, and that way you can, you will get it there if you are a $25 tier Patreon subscriber. Here is $50, but right now it's discounted 55% because they're running a promotion. But these are some of the buildings you're getting, and you're going to see me using them in this. Yeah, and I also get the add-ons I create. Okay, let's. I want to create a mask out of this, so I'm just going to use Ctrl R, something like that, and this is going to be the factor. And let's do something like that, and actually I don't like this red. Let's see. And we can play with these colors. Let's see what roughness do we have. We can add a math node here. Let me work here. Turn on ambient occlusion. Okay, so ambient occlusion is already on. Let me first turn off the screen space reflections. Let me first save this as well in tunnel 2, I think. Paste that in. Now we can create the water. But I want to have something in the background. So let me just add a world, a plane. Give it, animative material. Shader emission. So that it looks like that area is overexposed. Do you have specific tutorials on Patreon where we can learn how to create our own assets and buildings, because I don't want to use assets from other people so much. And no, I haven't created any tutorials on Patreon that are exclusive to Patreon. Can you give your any tool blend files for free? Yeah, I have given out quite a few projects for free. If you go through my videos, you'll see that I have plenty of video over. Hello, Rohit Style Tips. How are you doing? Okay, so let's see. Let me go to my HDRIs and see if I can light this using an HDRI. Let's try this. Use as HDRI. Use as HDRI. Oh, have the world set to 0. Let me see now. Okay, I think it looks better, but let me reduce the energy a bit so that we don't see too much of that. Okay, and let's create. Most of the people are from India. Yeah, India has a large population on the internet. So let's create a new material here. And I want to create the water. We're just going to use a noise texture. And this noise texture is going to work as the bump. So vector bump. And this is going to be fed into the normal. Try cycles for this render. Yeah, I can do that as we are ending the stream, because cycles is a bit heavy. So it might slow down or make the stream lag. Let's reduce the roughness. Set the roughness to 0. And okay, why is this so? Okay, this is supposed to go to the height map, not at the normal. So this is our water, and you can see I like those ripples. So to get more of them, I think I can, yeah, something like that. And I can even give this a nice color, or maybe even extrude it and give it a transmission to see if how this will look. So is your freelance project? I'm not sure what you mean. If you're asking about this project, I know this is just maybe like a demo. I'm just trying to see if I can recreate maxhayart's piece, because I think it looks just amazing. Okay, so I think we can also add in some fog. So let's just move this here. like this. Add a new material, a shader principal volume, shader principal volume, like so. PC specs. Okay, this is my PC specs. I have an i5. CPU memory is 8 GB. GPU is 1063 GB. That's it. Let me have this set point something like that. Let's see if I increase. Actually, what I want to increase is the emission strength, something like that. So we kind of have some bit of fog in there. Let me scale this down a bit so that it's just within there. And I'm also going to go to the volume setting. Let me see how far our camera is. So about 36. So let's go to volume settings, turn on volumetric shadows, and change the end frame to be something like 45, and the start frame can be maybe 10. Okay, maybe can be 0.1. Doesn't matter. How to start a business and earn money all on Fiverr and Upwork as a Blender artist, because I'm a beginner. You just have to start and see what kind of clients you're getting, because at every level there is always a client. You don't have to be super skilled. You can just try to sell whatever you have right now and see if you get any clients. And then the ones you get will give you the direction to take. Price of your GPU. So I bought an already built rig. I didn't build mine. So, but a 3060, sorry, a 1060 would be around $500, I think, or less. It depends on your country, of course. But where I'm from, here in East Africa, it's about that. It's within that range, I think. I'm not sure. So let's create this turbine here. Yes. And then I can turn on proportional editing and rotate this as something like that to have our turbine. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Lavin Cog. Thank you, really appreciate it. And guys, if you're new here and you would like to leave a like or subscribe, that would be super amazing. Just hit that like button, work that like button, and we will be on our way. Okay, so I'm going to bend this a bit so that it's curved like that. And I think what I can do is, do I really need all this resolution? Let's double this resolution so that this is, I'm going to apply that. Do I need to apply? I think I can apply it. It doesn't really matter. Then, yo, thank you for subscribing. Your concept. Love you from India. Love you from East Africa. Okay, so let's set this origin to 3D cursor, and we can just use the spin tool to rotate this 360 degrees. Make sure you turn on duplicates. Okay, these turbines are these wings. Are they turbines or what? So want this to be 360 or 270. And so these are 5. So let's use 5. Okay, something like that. I think that's not too bad. Now you can style this in any way you want. I can even go in here and add another curve or circle. Hit F. Just bring it forward a bit. Extrude, insert, extrude, insert, extrude in. So we have something like that. shade smooth, auto smooth, and then maybe what we can do, just to make this a little bit detailed, I can add a cursor there, add a sphere. This time we can use 11 or 12 vertices. It doesn't have to be that big. That doesn't have to have that much resolution. Scale this in. We're just trying to detail this fan. It's not going to be visible because you can see it's just a silhouette, but yeah, you never know. And I always like to kind of be a little bit extra when I'm creating these small details, because I might want to reuse them in other places. So I'm just going to go to faces, booleans, intersect, okay, something like this, and now we have this auto smooth. Let me just make sure that, let me go to my object data, normals, change this to 45. So we have something like that, and I can come back here, make a few changes so that I make this much smart, a bit more smart. So I can connect this edge loop here to that, edge loop to that. What I want to do is use the mirror modifier. Do you have any knowledge about Google Colab? Yeah, someone suggested about it. I think it's a render engine. I learned it from someone from the chat. I really didn't know much about it. I was told it was a render engine, but you have to do some setup. I don't have to make it work with Blender, so, or to make it work with your renders. But yes, I have heard of it. Love from India. Thank you, Darwin Akash. Really appreciate it. So I know India has a big audience that is in VFX. Is it easy to get jobs there? Because I think most of the VFX work is done within India. So I'm wondering, maybe it's does that turn into? Does that make it easy to get for you to get jobs there? Bro, please share Shanghai tutorial, please. Yeah, so I can't, like I said, every time you ask that question, I haven't really watched Shang-Chi, sorry. But when I do, I'll try to, yeah, I'll try to make it. Let me rotate cursor, shift cursor selected, and then cursor selected, 3D cursor, and then have this at 90 degrees, mirror. So we have something like that. Okay, so these are supposed to be 5, but it's okay. I'm just going to add another circle here. This time this can be 8 vertices, because it's going to be is it a screw or a bolt? So something like this. Extrude up, hit F, insert. Here I can insert one more time, and then subdivide, and then use Shift Alt S, and then 1, to turn this into a circle. For some reason it's not really turning into a circle, I'm not sure why. So if I select this, cursor selected, yeah, like so. This can just select everything, shift N. Let me grab this, Control B. Insert. I want to round this off. Like that. And I can select these edges and round them off as well, like so. And now we have that, and it's repeated everywhere else. So I can also love your video. Perfect. Thank you, bro. I have made it. I have made it in After Effects in Element 3D. It is simple. Yeah, but in After Effects you have to have a pre-made assets already. You can't. I don't think you can model in After Effects. Can you? I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you can model in After Effects. Though After Effects comes with Cinema 4D Lite, but still you would have to be working in Cinema 4D. You wouldn't be working in After Effects. So let's round this off just a bit as well. So we have that, and maybe apply the mirror. Grab this, just drag it in the middle here, make it bigger like that, and now we have our turbine, or whatever this is, and there is these things holding it together. So those we can use what? Let's first place it into our scene. So let's go back here. We can select this cassette selected, and then select this and that, move there. Make sure I'm using offset, rotate this 90 degrees. So it has to be quite big. And I think at times my turbines are quite too much, and I'm not sure what to do about that. So let's see. If I come in here, Control L, I think there was supposed to be it's something like that. Yeah, I think there's supposed to be something like that. So let's going to invert the selection, just reuse the spin tool again, duplicate, still not very happy with these, but we can come back. We can always come back to those. Yeah, so let's this is what we have so far. I think we can use the same texturing at change things a bit, and I think this time we can use UV unwrapping. I'm just going to use smart projection. And actually, what I can do, I can just scale this a little bit and then push it forward. So you see that we have some light bleeding there, where light is going through the wall. What I can do, if you're having that and you're using Eevee, you can just use a solidify modifier to add thickness to your walls, and you can also select this and add contact shadows like that. I'm going to bring this in just about there. I'll reduce the strength to something like 500, maybe give it a warmish color like that. Let's just see, something like that. I'm also going to go to my color management, and make sure I'm using high contrast. Can you make a tutorial on Google Club? I'm facing pink screen after render with Google Club. It's not getting HDRI. Please help me. I haven't really tried it, and I'm not sure how to use it because I understand there is a. Yeah, I haven't really tested it, so I'm not sure if I could help with that. The outer wing of the turbine needs to be more bulbous, not sharp. Bulbous. Okay, I'm not sure what bulbous is. What does bulbous mean? Bobas. Could you elaborate? Bobas. Non-sharp. But mine are not really sharp, though. I know this modeling all the wings all at once is kind of yeah, ridiculous. We can just use an array modifier, and I'm just going to add an empty object like that. Make sure that I apply the scale of this. Now this should use the empty as the object offset. Empty as the object offset, and it should be in the same position as that. So let me just make sure this is off. Then I can select the empty now, rotate it, make sure this is also non-rotated. Select the empty, and now we can do as many. It's not a render engine, it is a website in which animation is rendered in Google servers with Python script and all. Please, can you see tutorial? And please help me and a separate video. I'll try and take a look at it and see. Okay, I can just go into edit mode and try to rotate this. Yeah, so something like that I think is more interesting. I think we can pull this back a bit. Maybe even use more turbines. We don't really have to copy exactly what he has. Yeah. Yo, thank you for subscribing. OQ. And I can also add in a light here. So sun, just grab this light, turn it into a sun. So it gives us some nice rays. And I'm going to go to the settings here and just play with the volumetrics, make sure so that we get better resolution there. If I hide this. Bob Smith round. Is Boba means round. I made a PUBG edit with almost 700 frames, and it rendered me in 2 hours only. Please check out after stream. I'll try. Okay, so this is, let's see, we have some good rays. Now I think what we are lacking is our scene doesn't look enormous like his. And one of the issues we might be running into is the resolution that the aspect ratio we are using kind of doesn't. So let's use the same aspect ratio, maybe scale this up so that it's as large or enormous. Select this, and the empty, and make them quite as large as well. Just push them back. Now this can be scaled up to fit. I think you can push it just a bit back. Grab these. I think he is using a 1080 by 1350. Is that so? Because it's the same aspect ratio for Instagram, I think. Yeah, you might be right. Let's see how this looks in cycles. Okay. Needs more samples. I think let's go back to the volume settings here, and let me first remove the emission and just play with this, which I'm going to reduce significantly so that those God rays don't overshadow everything else. So point. Okay, that's too little. Okay, something like that. And think our camera would have to be a bit lower, maybe looking up like that. So another thing we can add is a character. So let me go to my asset library, go to mega scans. I have a character here. I get this guy, just drop him in. Hello, Shura1 Deshmak. How are you? I think he's. Oh, yeah, I read that. Let me just get this guy in here like this. And maybe we can have a little bit less water. The character add-on is free. Please name the add-on. The character add-on is free. What do you mean? I'm not sure. So if you're asking for this character, this is a free character I got off of Render People. I think free render people.com. Free render people, renderpeople.com. You can download some free characters there. But the add-on, if you're asking what add-on I'm using, you can go to this link here and you can see all the add-ons I'm using. So this is my page, and these are some of my add-ons I've created. So, yeah. Let me first get rid of this. Let me try using the sky that comes with Blender. Problem with this, you don't really have enough control. You don't have good control over over everything else. So over the lighting. So let me just reuse my HDRI. Can even go to my skies and see if I can get a better HDRI there. I think I need remove this. Use HDRI. Let me reduce these turbines. Something like that. And I think you can grab this, push it back enough, bring back the background. If you look closely, you can see that he has two of these turbines, which we can also add. But I think, let me first turn off this bloom, because I think it's just too much. Let me see. Also, maybe this has to be a little bit reflective. I want it to be a bit more reflective. can just actually just use, let me just use this. As the roughness. And I can add a math node here to control the roughness. Not sure where. I have a lot of light coming in, so let me just separate these lights so that I can isolate the light that is coming in, because I think I have too much of it. So this is what we get with everything else, and I think just set this to something very small like that, and then okay, that looks good. So it seems our sun is too heavy, so something like that. And also our, if we go to materials, so it's nice to isolate your light so that you can easily see how much each light is contributing to the scene. Let's use something like something like that. Let me also bring back the screen space reflections, then the bloom. Will you have any plan for developing add-ons in the future? Yeah, so I make add-ons already, and all the add-ons that are on the top channel one-on-one page, Blender Market page, are all add-ons I've made myself. So these are all my add-ons, and the one I'm using here is also, all the add-ons I'm using right now are also my add-ons. Okay, so let's go to the asset library and just go to my, I think, decos or city pack. I'm going to get some pipes that we can use in. So this here, or you can use this. I think it would work. Just add it in there. Add some kind of ground to make water so it looks like it's a lake. Add some ground. Well, then this the pipe itself would work as a ground, I think, unless you want me to do something to the water to make it look a bit different. I'm going to use an array here, maybe. And I can duplicate this on the other side, and we need a platform. Let's see, before we do that, you can add in some pipes. Okay, this is an asset that doesn't load correctly, but get these. I think I can increase the volume just a bit, the volumetrics just a bit. Let's see, 0.5. Maybe increase the sun up to 20 now, since we have added some volumetric like that. Love your videos, mate. Keep going. Thank you. You can let me see. Okay. I want to get some other pipes. This pipe here can be used as It doesn't seem to. Let me see. Rotate 90 degrees. Trying to see if I can use it as. I don't think it's going to work like that. So let's just make a cylinder. Just going to use a cylinder. Give it the same material as this. Link materials. Oh, I was talking about waste buildup, but it's okay. Okay. I was getting a bit confused there. Make an abandoned school next time. Like a classroom or an entire school. Because an entire school would be a bit more than beating off more than I can chew. But maybe an abandoned classroom would be easier to make. So I can also, I think I have a plants collection. Let me see. I should have a plants collection. Let me see. Let me try to link my libraries, buildings, characters. Interesting. Let me just go back to the city park and see if I think under decals I have some assets that we can use as plants. Not there. Classroom only. That I can do. But I think I also have a tutorial, a time lapse of that already. But I can redo it as other live stream. Let's go to the building park, and the background looks a bit plain. So let me just show you this park. So this park here. So let me show you some of the buildings and how you can use them in this that are in this park. So this is it here, and yeah, you also have some extras like these items here. Let me get something like this building. Okay, it seems my scene is quite large, but that's okay. Let's just remove this. This is, I want to have some buildings in the back. Park name, the park is just called City Park, Blender City Park, and I just look at the link I've pinned up there. I think we need this to extend because I want that folk to be there. You see. Now, the good thing about the park is that I can say this is a daytime building. Sorry, a nighttime building, because you see the lights are on for the building, but you see some materials, some buildings have daytime glass, and this one has a nighttime glass. So I can just look for that daytime glass and I can use it on other buildings. Yeah, so just go to the link and you see everything about that. If you're asking about how much the add-on is, let's see. Sorry, about the asset pack, how much the asset pack is. Every time I'm not sure about the lighting, I just turn off everything, even the volume, and switch one by one on, just to see the effect of everything. You know, this guy is floating in the air. So that means our camera also has to be down and maybe even closer. Let me bring back our sky here. Okay, and I can just use, at this time, let me use the texture folder and just get the sky, create PBR. But this time, this is just going to be an emissions shader. I don't need this anymore, so this can be something like 10. And the material has to be none. So we can have some clouds in the back there. And that means that I also have to change the color of the atmosphere a bit. I have to reflect that just a bit. Same with the sun color. Same with this here. Okay, something like that. Let's go back to this. Let me just turn on I think I can also increase the volume just a bit. Maybe increase this light. Okay, you want to go to cycles? Let's see. Failed to build optics. Let's see. Okay, so let me try to use image denoising and see. Okay, so it does look much better in cycles. As you can see, I get some good contrast and some nice reflections. But yeah, let's go back to Eevee because it's much faster. And we can also start adding in extra detail. I'll go to the asset library and just get some in the just go into the city park because I think I have some nice wires there. Just going to have this hang up in the ceiling there. So something like that. Can also add this. Just rotate it. Scale it up. Do something like that. Something like that. Have some wires here, some hanging wires, which are always nice to add in. Now this here, I think I can add it. I have this ladder, so I can add it somewhere there. Now this. Now it's mostly about set dressing. I think let's add in this light somewhere here. Also going to add a point light. Add point light. Let's make sure this has contact shadows and this as well. Let's go to the collections. Let me see what I have in here. And I think we can use here. Let's go to the furniture. Decos. Okay, this is furniture. There is nothing there we can use here. Wheeling parts. Nothing there. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe we can try changing the focal length to something like 50 and just pull it back. And that should make the scene look much bigger than yeah, actually I think just bring the character, and I'm going to have him and since I've done that, I need to change this back. I get this. I was playing the settings a bit. Let's change the mode a bit, the mode of the scene a bit by changing the color again. Can also add, I don't know, it doesn't really show that much. I want to change the color of this, but I don't think it matters a lot, as it doesn't really come up in the final render here. I'm having this issue here of banding. I think I can fix that by playing with the resolution here. Can you add a 5-gallon drum floating in the water as debris? Sure, because I think I actually have that. I think I have that. But where exactly do I have it? I have a water tank, but can't remember where I have it. Yeah, I guess first. Could it be in my furniture? Okay, let's start with this, because I'm failing to find It's furniture decos. Maybe you can also add a floating book here. Because I can't find the gallon, the water tank. You can add a petrol drum. Yeah, petrol drum is much easier to model because I'm failing to see. I can't find the water gallon, the water tank. So maybe water tank 16. So a petrol tank usually looks, it's just a cylinder. Usually has two ridges. Well, they're usually three. So hello, Elias. How are you doing? Control E, Mac Shop. So I can use auto smooth here, and I want this to be smooth. And the texturing shouldn't be that difficult as well. These tanks are much easier to create, I think. Let's insert, extrude in, and then that's our water drum or petrol drum. Then I can just go to my textiles folder and look for some kind of rusted surface, or create a rusted surface. Could we use this? Create PBR. I use object mapping. Looks too old. Going to get another surface or another texture. I think I can grab this, import as texture, and this. Man, could you make a tutorial something like this? Something like what? Because if you're asking a tutorial for what we are making here, I think this can be considered a tutorial. What do you think? A tutorial of what? Because this is, yes, a live stream, and I think it also qualifies as a tutorial. So I'm a bit confused on what you mean. Yeah, so I think this can work as a tank. Can just blend it with this. So yeah, maybe let me change this to something like that. We have our water tank. Oh, I want this to be a bit rough. Maybe not too rough. Somewhere like that. And I actually like this. You give the link? Okay, no problem. So I'll add this to my, let me just have it there. I'll just add it to my decos collection because I might want to use it in the future. So there's my decos here. So I'll just give it a quick render there and just call this oil tank and save to library. So I can, if I want to use it again, I just go to the same library, decos, and I can access it there. So let's add it to this scene. So what have I done? Okay, something like that. Do you guys have any other ideas we can add in? Yeah, I really wanted that idea of adding water. Let me see if I can find it in my models here. I don't remember what name I gave it, but I have a gallon of something here. Let me see, water. Must have named it something different. I have this water dispenser. This is actually the dispenser itself. Yeah, should be this. And since all the materials are already set up, just waiting for them to compile, I can easily just add it to my asset library. I'll just also add it to the decos collection. Under decos, add water tank. Give it a quick render and save. That's how easy it is to use this add-on. Then I can just come in here. I don't have to change anything, and I have it in my scene. Bobby, why? Well, is this what you meant? I think it's supposed to be a bit smaller like that. Let's look for other decals we can add in. I also have this this can here, spray can. Is the link? No, the link won't show up. I think YouTube blocks them, but you can paste it in Discord. I'll check it from there. Let's see, what else can we add? Maybe let's make this guy do something interesting. Maybe he's drinking. Or smoking or something. But he's not simply just standing there. Let's see. Let's see, what else can we add? I'll be buying the deco pack. Do you have a double bundle I can buy? I don't think I don't have a double bundle, but yeah, I don't think I have a double bundle. The best the best option is the 25 tier option because you get most of the add-ons. I'll try and create something like that, like a double bundle. Yeah, if you guys are interested in that. I don't know what is causing this burning here. Maybe it's the resolution. Let's see. Yes. He could be tagging the wall with gravity. Okay. That I can make him do. Maybe. And just parent. Let's get him to do that. Maybe stepping on this. Does Max model all this on assets in his renders? I'm not very sure, but for the amount of work he does, I don't think he would have time to model everything on his own. I think he's buying or getting some models because yeah, it would take quite a lot of time. Let's get our spray can here. Just make a copy. Just hand it to him. I think it has to be a little bit smaller. I can just parent it to any of the bonds here. Should be parented to this bone. No, control bone. Anybody? I'm making in Blender now. Right now we are still working in Eevee, but after I'll try to render this in cycles. Let me see if we change the aspect ratio. 1920 by 1080. Maybe even adjust this to be something like 30. And I'm also just going to grab this light. Anybody is there making this or anything in Blender? Oh, you're asking if anyone is working in Blender right now. That's a good question. So is anyone else working in Blender? Doing something in Blender right now? Like Serene Nadar is asking. I think this light can be right around here. Let's try using a spotlight that is simply pointing down. Change the angle to something like 90. Yes. Yep, making a Nordic cliff castle scene concept art. Nordic cliff castle. Oh, so like a medieval scene, but of Nordic history. Interesting, interesting. And now for the graffiti, what I'm going to do is use my quick deco add-on. I'm just going to get a graffiti stuff. See some graffiti. I think I have some graffiti here. Mount there. Decos. Yeah, let me just go to Google and get myself some graffiti. Graffiti. And just need a black and white. Graffiti drawing, something like this. Maybe this. Just going to save it on the desktop like that. Now using the quick deco add-on, which you can get again on my page. I know you have graffiti in your deco pack. Yeah, I do have it, but I can't remember where exactly I have it, and it's not in my texture folders. So let me just get one from the desktop. Yeah. Can just add this to the scene. $90 degrees, like that. And I can add a shrink wrap. Select this as the object, and just okay. You see, it's going to the opposite side. So that means that our normals are flipped. So I can use Shift N inside, and then it should be projected to the other side. And that's where we have. And I can go to, because I don't want the white parts to show, I can go to use alpha. Set it to 1. Let's think. So depending on the image you're using, you might have to play with these values a bit. And if I isolate this for a second, actually I don't want to use custom alpha. Let's go to the material settings here, and I think it's under deco transparency. I can use create alpha mask. I can see right now is the alpha mask has been created, but it's inverted, so I need to invert alpha. So this looks like that, but this is not the best graffiti for this. But before we change anything, let's give it a different color. Can change this to mix, and that will give this the color we choose here. Let's try looking for a different graffiti, because I think I do have something here. There is this here. Yeah, this should be better. Maybe let's make it red. It's too reflective, as you can see there. So what I'm going to do is scroll down into custom roughness and give this a custom roughness. We're just going to select a different grunge map from here. And you can see now it looks a bit better. Kind of play with views, and yeah, we have our graffiti there. What else do you guys think we can add in? I think we can add in somewhere, and a platform for this, because it seems like it's tapping in or nothing. Is YouTube your job? Well, it's a combination of YouTube and other things. It's not just YouTube. Let's see, can we add in other things? Streets. I have some wires here. Can bring those in. Proportional editing. Do you do freelancing in Blender? I rarely do any freelance work, but of course, if I do, it would be in Blender. I have some tanks here. PNG? What do you mean? I can go to my quick decos. I think under custom decos I have, let me go to resources, custom decos. I have some warnings. So something like this, I can just have it here. Add to scene, rotate 90 degrees, rotate X 90 degrees. How come you don't use cycles? Because if I attempt to use cycles while streaming, the stream will either crash or just lag, be very slow and laggy. I want to add shrink wrap. Select this. If you see that it's going in, just offset this value. So there, again, it looks too new, so I can go into custom alpha and load in an alpha mask. I'll just go to my resources. Actually, can just use grind maps here and just use, let me select this, use custom alpha, and you can see I can make this very old. And I think maybe you can try a different alpha mask. So I'm going to go to my walls and just find something random, like, let's try this. Okay, it doesn't look to work very nice. Let's get some rough image to use as our custom alpha. Let me try this. Doesn't matter what image you use, as long as it has some detail to it. It can give you a nice alpha. I think that also works. Can you name your own libraries and items in your deco pack? Can you search by item? No, I don't have that feature, but I think that's something I can work on, how to add there. Are you using any plugin for managing your decos and materials? Yes, I'm using the asset library, my asset library add-on to import things and and add things to my library. Okay, why is my have him here? I think I don't want him to be too dark like that. I'm just going to add in a light here, just to give him a rim light. Somewhere above here maybe. And since we have a point light associate, you can make it seem like is the source of the light. But I don't want that volume, so I'm going to turn off the volume like that. Maybe give it the same color. I kind of had to see the graffiti, so I'm going to go back here to my quick decos and change the color. Maybe something like that. I know I have some grass elements in the asset library. I just don't remember the name. I don't remember the exact pack I saved these elements in. Maybe I just don't have it linked. Let me see, create link. Let me go to my libraries and see if I have any plants, furniture, city decos, acquis, plants. Yeah. I knew I had that. I just wasn't sure where. So I can add in this grass. So the asset library add-on works with particle systems as well. So you can see this is a particle system. Let me just show it to you. So this is, I'm not sure if YouTube is going to, if this is going to come through in the YouTube compression, but this is some particle system. So I can use it And I Hey, thank you for subscribing. Rice Black. Thank you. Also have this bush here. Can add it there. It comes with this ground here, but I don't think I need that. Just want the bush, which is here. Let me make it taller. Maybe 30. Actually, I think I can. Maybe 20 is good. Something like that. Duplicate it again. Have some of it around there. I think I can also use another light for the back side here, so that we have a rim, another rim light on him around the back here. Now this time this is going to be a bluish light. Let's try putting it at 100. Something like that. And now since we have that light, which makes this much visible, we can go back to the quick decos and change the color of that. Hey, thank you for subscribing, Son Roger. Really appreciate it. Can go back to this and change the color back to something like maybe a red. I don't know. I think this is too red. So something like that, maybe. Yeah. Let's see. We have gone for okay, my OBS is kind of hung. We can try animating this, maybe just do a camera push in. As we try to focus on what he's doing. And then we can animate him doing something. Let me first work within here just to animate him. So now animating him is a bit hard, but let's see what we can do. I think I'm just going to first select these back, turn on in video origins, keyframe record this. get him, get his hand here, and I just make him do kind of circular motion like he's painting. And this hand here could just be randomly moving around. And his head should just follow the hand, because that's where he's painting. I think all these keyframes should move a bit faster, and that they can repeat just around here. Let's try to make them fast again. Okay, maybe this keyframe here is a bit too fast. And just going to grab another one of these, so that it's kind of what he's stepping on. And as you can also make his foot move a bit as he's animating. I think I'm going to make it a bit faster and repeat. And what I'm going to do also is make sure that this is kind of following his foot a bit, so that it kind of seems like he's moving it. And we have other things here that we can animate to float around. Same with this. Can animate it. And I want the camera to see it first. Just going to grab this edge loop. I can also animate this moving toward this. Well, that's a bit fast. And then it collides with it, and then change direction. Let's see. Maybe that's too fast. Yeah, something like that. And we have our turbine. So I can just also make it rotate. I can parent it to this Control P object. Now if I rotate this, this should be parented to the empty. Control P, rotate this. Okay, seems I'm parenting it to the wrong object. Clear. I need this to be parented to empty. Control P. Then I can clear. Now if I rotate this, if I rotate the empty, which is supposed to be parented to this, if I rotate this, that rotates. So all I have to do is add a keyframe there and add a rotation keyframe. I think it can go clockwise or anti-clockwise. Go to, so we are rotating the Y component. I can come to it. I think that's and now the rest is you can animate particles to kind of fake the spray effect, but that is beyond the scope of this tutorial or video, I think. I see. It doesn't really give the effect of his painting, but it needs some bit of work to make the animation look better. But for something we have done in 150, 1 hour and 50 minutes, I think that is okay. Let's give this a quick look at how it looks in cycles, and we can call this a day. Why is this not rendering? Optics failed. That's why I don't work in cycles, because my PC can't handle it. You can see it's already crashing. I want to see the message you guys sent on Discord. Let me see. That's the boy. So some of your work that you have posted in, just look at the amount of detail that was put into this. Amazing. Amazing. Just look at that. You guys are very good at what you do. Is this like what is it called? The movie Tron? It's giving me that Tron vibes. Nice. I was trying to look for the link that was sent here. Warning: using result of choose pixel. I think this is a graphics card issue. Anyway, so ending the live stream here, and you Look at this piece. And I'll see you. Why this not playing? Okay, I think this wants me to be using Twitter. Was this the link that you wanted me to look at? How to make this? I don't think you can really make this in Blender unless you're using something like geometry nodes, which I'm not very familiar with. So this is for sale using Ethereum. It is for sale for 20K. Wow. That's is this an NFT? It's a nice piece. 20K. That's super expensive, man. Let's see this. This would really be hard to do in Blender. You need something like Houdini or... This is 50 Ethereum, which is equivalent to 13, which is equivalent to 137K. That is super expensive, man. Do people even buy these things? God, you must be super rich to buy these art pieces. I think this is an NFT. Let me see. OpenSea. So if you want to make some quick buck, you can try and put your stuff here, I think. Let me see. Yeah, so it's an NFT site that you can sell your pieces on art, but God, that is expensive. That is super expensive. $1 million to own this piece, to own a digital version of this, because a physical version is impossible anyways. Let me see his most expensive one. This is 7.5 Ethereum, 150 Ethereum. I think this is the most expensive. No, oh, this is people with too much money. Yeah, man, this is, I don't know. Yeah. How do you even have this kind of money seated in your bank waiting to do nothing? Send some of it to me, man. Send some of it to me. God, 300 Ethereum. This is 3. This is super expensive. This is 1M, and the price went up. Why did it go up? I have no idea. Let me see. Is this the same person? Okay, these are different people. It's $61. Okay. This is not too bad. Have you guys done any NFT, sold any NFTs? I think you need a very large audience to make any sales. Because the people buying these are not your average viewer. I want to see what else these guys have. Oh, I think this was bought. Sale ends. Oh no, it ends in 181 days. So the sale is still on sale. Let's go to marketplace. Yeah, NFTs just confuse me, man. So this is 1.5K, and it's this piece here. I mean, it's a good piece, but there is nothing special about it. Uh, anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next live stream, which could be on Wednesday. Yeah, or maybe tomorrow. Depends on how things go, or maybe even tonight. I don't know. Yeah, I'll give this a quick render and see what comes out of it. Thank you.